Let's talk with a quarterback. Well, Jared, Merry Christmas to you. Congratulations on being Kings of the North. How does it feel?
Yeah, man, it feels good. Feels good. Our first goal of getting that done, and we did it. And on to more now. We're excited for what's to come.
Can you describe what the flight was like on the way back from Minnesota? Obviously smiles, but what was it like for you guys?
Yeah, it was fun. It's always fun after wins, and especially big wins. Guys are walking around during the flight and hanging out and talking and joking and laughing. And those are the memories you kind of always remember and hold near and dear.
Is this a situation you guys were able to really kind of, you had Christmas yesterday, so it's kind of interesting. Your day off happens to be Christmas Day where you can maybe enjoy it. Now you get to enjoy it with your family too. Does that make it even more special?
Yeah, yesterday was nice, getting able to, enjoy Christmas, just be home for the morning, and then, getting to work, though, pretty quickly now with the Saturday game. But, yeah, it was nice being able to have a nice Christmas and after a win like that and enjoy it, yeah.
After the last snap of the game, you kind of immediately went over to Taylor Decker. Was that just the obvious thing to do? Did you want to share that moment with him, and why was he that guy for you?
Yeah, I knew what it meant to him, and obviously his first one. It's been a long time coming, and just made sure he knew, hey man, we did it. You're a division champ, and that was special.
Talk about some guys in the game here, because the game was just fantastic on so many different ways. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's gotten statistically better each year. In fact, he's tied his receptions and target total from all of last year, and he still has 2 games left. How and where has he gotten better as a player and also as a teammate?
Yes, great question. He continues to get better. I think he's learned maybe a little bit of what his value is to us in terms of his work ethic and what he brings on game day with his energy. Obviously, his play is special and what he does physically is special, but he's a captain now. He's got a C on his chest, and when he brings the energy and he brings the juice daily and then certainly on Sundays, it changes who we are as an offense, and I think he feels that now.
As a guy who's only his 3rd year in the league, do you see him where everybody else looks up to him? Like he's the veteran leader, and he's only been here for 3 years.
Yeah, he has that presence. Like I kind of just said, he's a captain, and he was voted captain in his 3rd year, as is Panay, and it's impressive, and those guys deserve it. And certainly guys look up to him as a guy who sets the example and sets the tone for our team.
When you look at your offense and you see that the offensive line, when it's healthy, the offensive line with this team, you're 6-0 this year. What can this offense do that we haven't seen yet, and where are you excited about for that improvement?
I think we did a lot of good things the other day. I think the last 2 drives were really poor on our part. Could have finished the game there on the second to last drive, and the defense bailed us out there at the end, which was great. But I think, just being able to consistently finish the game like that. We've been really good at it this year of finishing games with the ball in our hands and 4-minute offense running the clock out. But this past week we weren't, and it almost bit us, but the defense made the play. But continue to get better and improve on everything. With this guy's the limit with this offense, and we've got a little time left here to continue to improve.
Now that you guys have clinched the North Division, we could talk about this being a playoff team. And obviously you came from a team that you took to the playoffs several times. You went to a Super Bowl with them. That Super Bowl team was basically a one-back team, an outstanding back at that. But this is a 2-back offense the Lions have. What do you like about having the 2 backs versus the 1-back, though he was spectacular?
Yeah, I don't know. They're both different philosophies on how to do things, and I think one thing you do get with the 2-back offense is they're both fresh typically when they're getting the ball. They're not out of gas, and you're not just force feeding a guy. And I think they both complement each other so well, and are both incredible backs in this league, and to have them both on the same team is pretty special, and we try to take advantage of it.
Williams and Swift last year, very good for this offense. This year with Gibbs and Montgomery, you get guys that are hungry. Montgomery coming from Chicago, and Gibbs is a rookie. What do you see from these guys that take this game and this offense to a different level?
They're just consistent. They complement each other well, and Gibbs has some explosive ability, but so does David, and they both do a great job of it. I think David can catch the ball, so can Gibbs. They both have very similar skill sets, but at the same time complement each other and root for each other. And again, I think having them both have the ability to be fresh for most of the game is kind of a special quality that our team has, and we try to use it.
You said after last week's game that it's the same group of guys we have here, same team. This is who we are. Was there a moment this season where maybe you had to echo that sentiment earlier on in the locker room to keep guys focused or maybe boost their confidence?
I think Dan's been kind of saying it all year of we're the same team that was, started off whatever we started off. We're the same team that lost the game that we lost at some point in the year. And we stay consistent. And I think it's funny to think that 2 weeks ago the sky was falling and, what are we going to do? And now we're the greatest thing ever, according to everyone. So it's just the way it goes. We don't ride that roller coaster. We stay right in the middle, and we know who we are. But yeah, it's always funny to look in hindsight at what outside world thinks and freaks out about or gets excited about, and it's never truly the reality.
This week, obviously, big game at Dallas, Saturday night, prime time, the only game in town on Saturday. Does the approach change at all? I mean, do you look at this as a playoff game, or is a discussion taking place about winning out to claim a better seed in the playoffs? How do you approach this week?
You just approach it as another game. They all count the same, man. And I know it's a big game late in the year against a good team, but they all count the same. And we played a Saturday night game a week ago against the Broncos, and that was a huge game as well. So they're all big, and our schedule, we'll be used to it from last week with the Broncos, and we'll go down there and do our best to win the game. They're a great team. We got our hands full, and we feel like we can have a good chance, though.
Yeah, that defense has been very opportunistic, pick sixes, quarterback pressures. Micah Parsons is a beast, but you guys have heard this before with other teams. I mean, the Chargers kind of stand out in my mind with that same kind of comparison with what they had from a pass rushing standpoint and playmakers. How do you look at the Cowboys as the next challenge, and what are their challenges defensively for you?
Yeah, they're obviously extremely opportunistic in what they've done on defense this year and making plays all across the board. And Parsons, obviously, a guy you got to know where he's at all times. But he's not the only one. They got plenty of guys over there that can make plays, and a team that is dangerous if you give them a chance to be. So we got to make sure we know what we're doing and be on our P's and Q's and handle our business.
I feel like growing up, and even today, I talk to people that are younger than myself, and it feels like feelings about the Cowboys have always been you fall in one of two categories. Either you love the Cowboys, they're America's team, or you hate the Cowboys. Which category did you fall into when you were growing up?
Yeah, that's funny. I don't know. I really liked Tony Romo growing up, so I was a fan of his. I didn't really have an affinity or a hatred for the Cowboys. I was a Niners fan growing up, so I guess in theory I would hate the Cowboys because of that. But no, I liked Tony Romo and even Bledsoe when he was there before that. I liked those guys. So I don't know. I fell right in the middle, I guess, in the rare category.
After the end of games, the end of the season, typically you might see the post jersey swap. Did you ever participate in those? And what have you collected over your professional career, if anything, that you hang on for keepsakes?
Yeah, some friends, some former teammates, guys that I've known for a while, guys that I respect, that I have mutual respect with. You got a handful of them, and yeah, I've done it. I don't typically do it on the field. I'll do it in the locker room after the game, but yeah, it's always a special thing to do to share that with other guys, and yeah, I've got a handful of them.
Lastly, for you, Christmas yesterday, how was it? Was the family in town? What was the favorite gift you got? What was the meal like? What was Christmas like at the Goffs?
Oh boy, just Kristen and I, no family in town. Opened some gifts, had some fun. She got me some great things, and then we ordered Benihana's for dinner because that was about the only thing in town open. And enjoyed a little fried rice for dinner.
I like it. That's nice. Oh, I do have one more thing. My niece had said to me last night, we were talking about the Lions after opening presents, and she's clamoring for more dog content on your social media. Can we expect to see some more, Quincy?
Sure. I'll try to work him in a little bit more. He loves the camera, and he does a great job with the fans. People seem to love him. So yeah, I'll try to work him in a bit more. He's getting quite famous around here.
I definitely appreciate that. Hey, congratulations. You guys deserve it. Kings of the North, it's awesome, and we're looking forward to the rest of the season and how it plays out in a big game Saturday night in Dallas. Good luck.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, Jared. Jared Goff, Lions quarterback. Very interested to hear what he had to say about that game. This is business as usual for this team, and I think this is why this team is going places. 97.1 The Ticket.